Is the condition on? No. Put two conditions there. No, we don't accept. Please, I need two conditions. If there's no two conditions, I don't accept. Peace of Christ to all of you. Hamas is willing to agree to cease fire with Israel on two conditions. Senior official says. Okay, what is the two conditions? We informed all parties that we would accept mutual ceasefire between Israel and Hamas with two conditions. Dr. Bassem Naim said, a former Palestinian health minister who is now the head of Hamas International Relations Council. He told ABC News. What he told ABC News? He told ABC News Tuesday evening. The conditions is the following. 1. Israeli forces must stop interaction or internet, Al-Aqsa campground, and respect the site. Okay. 8 hours after, Israeli army, actually not police, because police for them is the army, enter Jerusalem Temple Mount and confiscate Palestinian flags. Actually, it was not Palestinian flags, it was Hamas flag. So if you go right now in the news, you will see the Muslims are so upset. Allahu Akbar. Israel is entering the ground. Look, what do you mean they entering the ground? Brother, are you serious? Hamas gave them a warning that we will not. Look, this is Al-Quds News Network. This is this is Hamas News Network. Breaking news. The Israeli occupation soldiers were injured in clashes with Palestinian protesters occupy the West Bank. Okay. So they are now inside the Aqsa Mosque. Where is Hamas? Aren't you supposed to start throwing missiles because they entered the Aqsa Mosque? Here we go. They are back second day, not even 8 hours. Because you broke the law. You have no right to put your flag there. Terrorist flag. Update Al Jazeera TV. Israeli forces have injured dozens of Palestinian worshippers at the Aqsa Mosque in the occupied East Jerusalem. Allahu Akbar. Okay, where is Hamas? Where is the one who yesterday were playing victory? Because if you cease fire in the condition of what you claim, you coward liar, then you should attack again. Because this is the condition? If they ever enter Al-Aqsa Mosque, you will shoot your missiles again? Here we go. 8 hours they are in the mosque. Which is not a mosque anyway. This is their temple. Actually, I'm so glad that this has happened right away to get them busted with their lies. In the last 10 hours, all the Muslims posting online that they have victory. What is the victory? We stopped the Israeli from entering the mosque of Al-Aqsa. That's not true. This is their ground, and this is their country, and this is not a mosque. This is a temple.
The unrest kicked off at the highly sensitive Al-Aqsa Mosque compound on Temple Mount, where demonstrators threw rocks and petrol bombs at police who responded with rubber bullets and stun grenades. 2 weeks ago, similar clashes over the eviction of Palestinian families sparked the conflict's worst escalation in years. Earlier on Friday, thousands jubilantly took to the streets to wave Palestine and Hamas flags as that ceasefire arrived. In the West Bank, Palestinian protesters clashed with Israeli security forces. Meantime, police say hundreds of officers and border guards were mobilized to East Jerusalem. Tires and barricades were seen burning this morning. We spoke with a spokesperson for Israel's police who gave us his perspective on what happened on Temple Mount.
As of this morning here in Jerusalem, there was heightened security for preparations for Friday prayers on the Temple Mount in the Old City. There were more than 60,000 Muslims that prayed on the Temple Mount. things were relatively quiet until after the prayers, where unfortunately there was a full-scale incident that took place. There were riots on the Temple Mount. Our units were ahead of time, were prepared to respond, and they did so on the Temple Mount by dispersing those thousands of people that were throwing stones and even petrol bombs at police officers on the Temple Mount. We made 16 arrests altogether throughout the afternoon when we dealt with those incidents.
As an example, all of them, by the way, they support Hamas, but nobody do support Hamas. All of them, they are not convinced even of such a war. Like this guy, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who keeps speaking about protecting Prophet Muhammad. How come he don't send his army to defend Hamas? You have nukes. He don't even dare to fart. What about Erdogan? Are you there, Erdogan? Here you notice, this is the speech, the leader of Hamas, Potato. By the way, I will show you a picture of the leader of Hamas before and after the fight. This is him before the fight, and this is him. Let us see where is him after the fight. Let me find it. I have too many pages open. I found him. And this is the leader of Hamas after the fight. And this is what happened to all of them after they fight Israel. Hezbollah, Iran, they never dare to fight Israel anyway. Israel is bombing Hezbollah and Iranian forces in Syria for the last few years, not only like a year or two. And Hezbollah promised that one day we will respond, and the day is coming. Just wait. This is what happened to them when they go in a fight with Israel. And each time they go in a fight with Israel, they claim victory, and they claim that they are the one who put conditions. You know, by the way, he doesn't look like the leader of Hamas, to be honest with you. He looked like Erdogan. Somehow he is Erdogan-y thing, you know? I mean, Erdogan is so much red. This is the guy who always says, we cannot wait. We cannot be patient no more. Justice, we cannot watch injustice. And okay, Erdogan, what you did? Oh, hello? The king of Jordan, hey, hello? Oh, the king of Jordan, he could not join the war because he was looking for his high heels shoes. You know, the poor guy, with my respect to short people, you know, he feels so much, he's not self-confident, you see, because how tall you are is not what makes you a man or not. But this guy, because he is not confident, he wear the most high heels shoes ever, which make me laugh at him. I mean, okay, you are short, so what? Wear normal shoes like every man. Why you want to wear high heels? So he wear very high heels, and then he make his pant long. But then when you go in the stairs, everybody laugh. He look like a female wearing high heels, and she's trying to be sexy. All of them, they are heroes. All of them, they are powerful. All of them, they are strong. You know? And this is what happened to them after they debate with me too. All of them, they claim victory. They get in with feather, they leave without feather. Hey, Abdul, take your feather with you. No, this is not my feather, it doesn't belong to me. Abdul, what are you talking about? Just come on, just take your feather and you can glue it back. It's okay, no problem. No, this is not my feather. Unbelievable. So notice here in the tweet, this Muslim version. By the way, all of them are virgins, I assure you. Actually, Muhammad himself, all his wives were virgins. Do you remember the hadith that says the Prophet, he used to imagine himself having sex? In fact, he did not. Obviously, they are virgins. If they are not, Muslims don't say they are not, because that would be a problem. You are accusing the Prophet wives to be, you know, doing boom boom behind the scene. If the Prophet himself, he is imagining himself having sex, in fact, he did not. And if your Prophet said that I used to be the most weak person between all mankind and boom boom, and then I invoke Allah, and then he sent me a dish of shish kebab, and I ate it, I get the power of 40 men. If this is what your Prophet is saying, so what is the proof that Muhammad even can have boom boom? So you want to do boom boom with Israel? Look what it says here. This version, what her name? Pagiham el-Walayat. What is that name? This is not an Arabic name for sure. You know, maybe she is a person who lives in somewhere, you know, I don't know. So look what it says. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh thanks Qatar. Okay, Qatar for what? They are the one who give them money. And Egypt for ceasefire. You are thanking them for ceasefire, you coward. You should say, shame on you to ask for ceasefire. We are victorious. Have you ever heard of somebody claiming victory in a war and then he is thanking people for ceasefire? Yeah, it happened. If he's not Netanyahu, I would agree. Anyway, continue. And then you will see here it says that he is thanking he thanks Iran for sending the weapon. He thanks Iran to send money and weapon. Read with me carefully. And he thanks exclusively for the weapon and funding from Iran. No mention of Turkey or any other Islamic country whatsoever. So there's only Qatar and Iran are sponsoring Hamas. Shame on you, Muslim countries. The Shia, who they are kuffar for you, are the only one who support Hamas. What a disgusting religion. Muslim Sunni, you are ashamed for your religion. So all what you do, you shout in the screen, Allahu Akbar, or you attack two guys walking in the street in New York because they are Jews, and you were like 300. Cowards. Two Jews against hundreds of Muslims attacking them. And guess what? Now those who they are attacking them, they will spend many years in jail. I'm so happy for them. You see, they think if they are, you know, my experience with those people, when they are too many, suddenly they become so brave, you know, when you are alone and they are like 10, you will see an amazing bravery. Everybody will attack. But if it's the opposite, they are cats. But my friend, in America, you cannot do that. You want to attack a Jew because he's a Jew, and you carry something heavy, you want to hit him with it, that is attempted murder. So those who attack those two Jews, maybe those two Jews get injured in their face for, you know, a few hit here and there, but the one who attacked them, they would have a lot of time to spend playing chess in the US prison, which is very fun.
I'm going to. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. No, where are you going? Which store? Which? Name it. Red store. I'm a nurse. Move back. Move back. Move back. Move back. Move back.
So here it says clearly that Turkey did not do anything. Egypt itself did not do anything. It's just asking both to, please, can we stop fire? Qatar is the same. Saudi is the same. All Islamic countries are watching. The only one was funding and giving, let us say, weapon. I believe Qatar is funding big time too. But the major one, as you see, it is Iran. Here we notice how much defeat Islam has. Because Iran is a Shia, and according to Muslims, Shia are kuffar. They are not even Muslims. So how come those Muslim, and Erdogan is a Muslim Brotherhood, and Hamas is a Muslim Brotherhood, how come Erdogan don't dare to send weapon and money to Hamas? That is a very good question. The answer is very simple. Turkey is not a free country. Erdogan is just a shouting machine. Is an empty drum. Make too much noise, but there's nothing inside. One needle will make it bubbles. So, what we see in front of us is a big exposure for the lies of those who claim victory. Few hours after the ceasefire, and those people, they claim that they accepted the ceasefire only if the Israeli never ever enter the Aqsa Mosque again, using hundreds and hundreds, and not to mention how much money you lost, and how many buildings you lost, and how many towns you were building for years and years destroyed. And they destroy your communication centers, you destroy all your equipment, and now you have to rebuild from zero. After all of this, they claim victory, and when they are the one, they were begging for it. If you go back and see in the last 11 days how many Biden he called, you know the thing, Joe Biden, you know, he called Netanyahu, says, hey Netanyahu, can you cease fire? Netanyahu, he says, why? He says, you know the thing. And then Netanyahu, he says, you know the thing. Okay, well, I know the thing. The thing is that I'm going to screw this Hamas. Okay, Joe Biden, he hang up. The second day he call again, you know the thing, come on, we have to stop fire. So who is the one who is begging for ceasefire? It was you. And when they accept ceasefire, not because of you, because many, they are begging for it, you claim to be a hero. And then you put conditions, you claim, and those conditions, they are not real, they are false. Because all of us, we knew that the ceasefire was not under any conditions. This is the agreement, which means we agree about not to agree about anything except stop, we stop. As simple as that. There's no ceasefire under any conditions. They lie. But there is that something new? No. This is what we do. They do always. This is what the news published yesterday, and everybody saw it. It says, official says ceasefire has no conditions regarding Jerusalem. Do you see it? So when you claim that you have a victory, what is your victory based on? Here we go, the Israeli second day, they are entering the Aqsa. For a very simple reason. Number one, this is their land. Number two, this is their temple. Number three, you are putting the flags of the terrorists in the top of it. So when they claim victory, we laugh. And it makes it more funny that this has happened less than 8 hours after they claim victory, that the Israeli army are entering the Mount Temple, which does not belong to the Muslims, and we show you many proofs, even from Muhammad himself, the first terrorist, Muhammad. He made it clear that this is a temple built by David and his son Solomon, as you see. Even the coward Muhammad, the biggest terrorist, he could not deny that this is a city and this is a temple built by the Jews. So my friend, I'm not going to keep you longer. I'm so happy that the Israeli prove that they were victorious, and again prove it happened. You see, it is those terrorists who made the I mean, sometimes you ask yourself how much they help Israel to prove that they are right, and to prove that those terrorists, they are in bad fear. How in one day you say we are going to accept ceasefire under one conditions: if you don't enter the Aqsa, lying to your people when everybody knows that Israel agree with no conditions, lying to your people saying if they enter the Aqsa again, and not only that, if they enter the Aqsa and there's two conditions, which mean you break any of them, we are going to attack with the missiles. If you enter the Aqsa again, the ground of Aqsa, we are going to shell you again. Okay, second day, 8 hours after, the Israeli forces is inside the Aqsa, and until now Hamas don't dare to fart. Because guess what? If Hamas now dare to fart, it's going to be horrible for them. Now nobody can ask Israel why and what you will do. Do you understand? So this will be really for the benefit of Israel at the end, because we accept it, and now let us see what they will do. If they break the ceasefire, then Israeli army will do what they need to do, which before many they were blaming them for doing extreme harsh attack. The harsh attack did not happen, never happened actually. Israel should take Gaza in ground, not by airplanes. This is the only way to grab those terrorists from their tunnels. They are like rats. And the funny is, the Quran says that the Jews are people who hide behind walls. But reality is that Muslim terrorists is the one who hide under the ground. ISIS, they hide under the ground. Al-Qaeda, they hide under the ground. Osama bin Laden under the ground. Saddam Hussein under the ground. I mean, all of you are under the ground. And then you claim that you are the one who is brave and you are the one who fight us face to face. Hey Hamas, you said if they enter the Aqsa, you will launch attack again. They are there, you idiot, wake up. Somebody call Hamas. Somebody call Hamas. Last word to say, look like Hamas became hummus. And who can say hummus is not good? I like hummus. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. This is your brother Christian Prince, was just reporting some news. And the news is hilarious. Take care. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and Hamas became hummus. Thank you, Israeli army.